jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. A-Side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know WCS the first in the building. Let's get right down to it. As you all know, I've spoke on in the past about the hocus pocus. The jelly donut type of feeling you get when you find out, damn, I was expecting something better. I was expecting something better. Do you understand that there's something that's not right going on in the sport of boxing right now? We're hearing all this news about fights that, look, it's almost like we're dealing with a plague, a virus right now. Everything is just changed up. Some of the divisions that we was looking to just take off, you know what I'm saying? Just like NASA doing a lunch. You know what I'm saying? Launching into the stratosphere. We thought some of these divisions would be just igniting with furor. Competition. Nothing. Quiet. Silence. And we just, all of a sudden, the expectations. Why go up here and stress ourselves out, assuming that it's common sense, it's logic that we're going to get some of the fights that we see? It's almost like we're reverted back to the way it was. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of the year, like we're lost. Boxing is lost once again. The system has slowed the fuck down. It has slowed down, bro. And one of these dilemmas is the back and forth about who's going to fight who in the 135-pound division, right? And, of course, we have the 140 and 147. But one of those names is Shakur Stevenson. And I definitely want to enlighten people on what I don't understand with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur has hit a point right now where his words just came back to bite him a bit. He said, pretty much, hey, I don't care what the fans think. At the end of the day, I'm gonna fight the way I want to fight, whether they like it or not, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. I'm just gonna fight the way I fight. I'm gonna fight my fight. I really don't care what anyone thinks. It's me at the end of the day. And though he may have a point, because he's the fighter, he's the 3-division champion. He's in his 20s right now. And he's fighting to be relevant, y'all. Shakur Stevenson's fighting to be relevant. He's about to go to the undercard status in somebody else's backyard. Where they do that at? Like, I thought you was a main eventer. I'm not, throwing no shade at Shakur Stevenson. It's just boxing talk at the end of the day. But as you already know, he's definitely not fighting Tank next. He's fighting some guy that had his previous fight at 130 pounds. He's fighting a guy who previously, at one point in time, he's fought at super lightweight and he fought at junior lightweight. You know what I'm saying? He had his ups and downs in his career, right? As far as fluctuating weights. Now he's about to fight Joseph Cordina. And I want everybody to understand one thing when it comes to the ranking systems and how they can be massaged, finessed, manipulated, modified. Yes, this is what we've seen with Joseph Cordina, because at 130, when he was fighting Anthony Kakis, he was in the IBF. Because Anthony Kakis is the IBF and the IBO, super featherweight champion, right? He was in the IBF. Then, somehow, some way, the powers that be said, hey, Joseph Cordina, potential first fight would be Shakur Stevenson, can be Shakur Stevenson. We're going to make that happen. They put him on a freaking paraglide and sail him all the way into the WBC and landed number 13. Wouldn't you goddamn know? And check this out. They even spelled his name different, y'all. You think I'm lying? Unless it's two Cordinas, and they just happen to be in the right divisions now. Two Cordinas. One that was at 130 in the same weight division as Anthony Kakis, and now that same one has parasailed over into the WBC and landed at number 13. And where they do that at? I want to know where they do that at, man. Because they're busy talking about how this fighter's in this division and he can't be put in. I mean, this fighter's in this ranking sanctioning body and he can't be moved to that sanctioning body. Anything is possible at the end of the freaking day. Boy, boxing, I swear, anybody can drop their freaking line. They can cast their reel. Anybody can fish in boxing. Anybody. So they said, yes, your name is Joseph Cordina. At 130 pounds, we're going to change and put you in the WBC, and we're going to just leave off the rest and just call you Joe. Joe Cordina. That's how we're going to fool them. We're going to be like, they ain't going to never figure it out. They boxing fans. They don't care. So this is the state of affairs, right? That's going to get a little crazy. All right. Joe Cordina is coming off a TKO loss. Stopped in the 8th round by the one and only Anthony Kakis. You know what I'm saying? That was Joe Cordina's first loss, hosting a stupendous record at 17. That's prior to facing Anthony Kakis. 17 victories, 0 defeats, y'all. Yes. He faced his first loss. He went down in the 3rd round, and then he was stopped ultimately in the 8th. Now he gets a title shot at a higher division, which he's been there before, but not for a title shot, to face Shakur Stevenson. Whereas the guy he just fought at 130 pounds, Anthony Kakis, he's about to go on to face Josh Warrington, who's coming off 2 losses. But like I said before, this is boxing, bro. This is what we're talking about, the spaghetti, the stromboli that happens when you think you're going to wear a white suit and talk about boxing. When you're going to put on your fresh white linen and talk about boxing. No, you're going to get messy. You're going to get spots. You're going to get shit that won't come off at the cleaners. Fucking around with trying to figure out what boxing is trying to feed you. Now Joe Cordina, does it sound more masculine than Joseph? Joe Joseph. I don't know. Joe gives a little bit more get a little bit it might give a little more since he's fighting on the Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois undercard. You know what I'm saying? I think it may pick up steam being he's going over to somebody else's backyard. But the reality of it, you know what they're accusing him of? They're accusing Shakur of chasing the almighty dollar. You know what I'm saying? Money, 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 money. Money. Money, 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 money. Money. Now, I'm going to stay on code with this. And I'm going to say I don't care if he's chasing money. I do care about his opposition. because to me it's just a little fuzzy. I just don't understand. But let's go through this reading. You know what I'm saying? This reading clip. Just take a little bit of time, please, and just let me give me about 5 minutes of your time with this reading clip. It says Shakur Stevenson chasing the bag, not the legacy. Stevenson came out of the woodwork to explain why he's fighting Joe Cordina next on October 12th, telling the fans that he's chasing the bag. How he's so honest. It's about time to finally be honest. Because he's chasing the bag and not a legacy. He's chasing the bag and not a legacy, y'all. He's calling himself International Curd. I say International Curd. Basically, his confirmation that he'll fight the recently knocked out former IBF super featherweight champion Cordina. Now sits 17-1 in 9 knockouts on October 12th in Riyadh. What I can say about the record is that Joe Cordina has a higher knockout percentage than Shakur Stevenson. If that kind of puts some suspense and thriller into the fight, you feel me? It says greed over greatness. It would be interesting to know how much money Shakur is being paid for this mismatch. With the way Shakur has been talking about money in today's social media posts, it sounds like he'll get the biggest payday of his 7-year career for the terrible fight. Now, listen, though I'm criticizing Shakur Stevenson for who he's fighting, moving up from a lower weight class, UN supposedly one of the hottest potential weight classes out there. You got Tank, Shakur Stevenson, Vasily Lomachenko. I mean, you have the young lions, the hitters, Abdullah Mason, who just came off another stupendous performance. You got Floyd Schofield. You got Keyshawn Davis. What? You got Andy Cruz. What is going on with the 135-pound division? Edwin De Los Santos, William Sapera, George Cambozo, Frankie Martin. There wasn't anybody in the 135-pound division that the WBC lightweight 3-division champion could fight, besides moving a guy up from the IBF sanctioning body of the super featherweight division over to the WBC lightweight sanctioning body. I don't get it, yo. This 135-pound division is supposed to be popping. It's supposed to be fireworks, dynamite, all types of ammunition and pyrotechnics, goddamn going off, lighting up the division from 135 to 140 to 47 to 54. What? That's 4 divisions that's supposed to be ablaze right now. Where the arson is at. I'm sorry, senor. The arsonist, we took vacation, put in for leave. We're not lighting anything up right now. We're just, just being patient and waiting for the paycheck to be right. And you know what I'm saying? The economy is just too expensive, and ammunition is too high at the moment. And plus it's hot. It's very, very hot. We have to wait till it cool down a bit, and then we're going to come set the divisions on fire. 4 freaking divisions that's supposed to be jumping. And we're not getting anything from it, dog. we have Shakur Stevenson fighting Joe Cordina, who they just moved up and gave him a free access pass to a 135-pound division sanctioning body in the WBC. He goes in there in front of Artem, who recently, had lost against Frank Martin. And George Kambosos, who had lost recently against Vasily Lomachenko in the IBF rankings. There was nobody better than Joe Cordina, who is coming off of TKOs. Now, you're not coming off a split decision loss. You're not coming off a majority decision loss. You're not coming off a unanimous decision loss. You're coming off a stoppage. And Shakur Stevenson says, I'm going to chase the bag. Damn! Stevenson, 22-0, 10 knockouts, isn't taking the roasting he's getting on social media well because he has nothing to tell them other than his truth, which is he's fighting for the money and not the legacy. In other words, greed has taken over the 27-year-old Shakur. Essentially, this era version of Adrian Broner winning divisions and world titles against weak opposition. Stop! Time out. One thing WCS would do, especially when it comes to Boxing News 24, is basically sweep the bullshit back in their face. They have been known to implement partially truthful content, sometime criteria. They say greed has taken over. No, boxing is a business. How can it be greed? And nobody was talking about Shakur numbers, his last fight. How can it be greed? How can it be greed? Now, one thing I do have to ask Shakur, though, I would definitely like to know what was offered, if anything, from the Gervonta Davis situation, because we hear back and forth, the stuff was sent, this, that, and the other, proposal and all that. And then I also like to know, was it even, what you're getting paid over there to fight in another fighter's backyard coming off a loss? Is it the most money you ever had? Or most money you ever earned, so to speak? I'm very curious about that. But just because they're saying Shakur Stevenson is greed over legacy, you have to understand, as a fighter, you have to be greedy sometime. I'm gonna keep this center mass, goddammit. I don't dislike Shakur. But a lot of these fighters is trying to follow Gervonta Davis's template. Gervonta really haven't cared about the titles. Shakur gave a damn about the titles. He did. He gave a damn about the titles, bro. He unified at 130, and it still didn't increase his appraising value when he moved up to 35. So he cares about the titles. But Tank, he was making millions without actually going for these titles like everybody else. He was basically going his own direction, his own avenue. He was blazing the trail in his own lane. And while others thought it would be easy to get a fight with Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis, they found out not so much because of their performance value. Shakur, he basically allowed himself to go and adore the titles. But now with the titles, he's not in the good graces of the fans because of his performances with, Edwin De Los Santos, and then his last performance. People are saying, I don't know, just give me a little bit more time. But see, the bad thing about, Shakur, it's almost like a little callus, that callus that's visible. People still have that callus in their thought process when he fought Jeremiah Nakathila and Toka Konklari. I always bring these guys up. They still have that in their vision when it comes to him too. The article goes on to say, this fight against Cordina, come on, man. This fight against Cordina could ruin what's left of Shakur's popularity if he runs from him and chooses not to engage like he saw against Edwin De Los Santos, Jeremiah Nakathilia, Joet Gonzalez, Hobson Conceição, and Artem. Okay, Shakur Stevenson makes himself known on what he feels about the consumers now, y'all. All right. LOL. I'm not fighting for y'all no more. Bleep. International cure. Active now. Chasing greatness, said Shakur Stevenson on X, reacting to the criticism he's receiving from fans over the news of him defending against Joe Cordina next in the undercard slot on October 12th. What I would say is just not any undercard. It's not just any undercard. It's a pretty nice undercard. It's just not any undercard. You know? Real talk. It's not just any undercard. I'll give him that. It's just not any undercard. It's just the process of, you know, people just looking at it like if you was fighting somebody that wasn't coming off a loss. You know what I'm saying? If he wasn't coming off a loss, then it wouldn't be as much criticism being piled on for Shakur Stevenson. So if you look at the fight card that Shakur Stevenson should be registering sometime soon in the next day or two, I think, you know what I'm saying? Because he's supposed to be fighting, if I'm not mistaken, it's not going to be on the Anthony Joshua Daniel Bar card. I don't think. It's because his fight is going to be in October, but it's going to be, let me see what card he's going to be fighting on. If I'm not, let me double check myself. I know he's going to be fighting on the undercard across the pond. I just slipped my mind on. Okay, so he's going to be, hold on for a second. Yeah, in October in Riyadh, not across the pond, but through the sandbox, you know, over on the sandbox in October 12th in Riyadh. So pretty much, I'm gonna tell you like this. If Shakur Stevenson is coming up here receiving the highest number to his paycheck in his career to fight Joe Cordina, who's coming off a knockout loss, yes, it looked messy. It does, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like wearing a suit and you have a dirty corsage on that motherfucker. Or, you know what I'm saying? You just had one spot where you was on your way to the spot and you was eating and you dropped something on there and it can't come out. It ain't nothing you can do about it. You can't hide it, nothing like that. I mean, it's nothing pretty about this fight except what Shakur Stevenson's selecting to do is get the check. Now, once again, I must help you understand. You know, I am criticizing him for the fight because I'm like, damn, you couldn't find nobody in the 135-pound division in its totality? Nobody? They all on leave? They all on leave right now? They put in for a leave of absence for the summertime? Are they not in fight camp? Are they not in the gym, period? So, looking in that perspective, the fight looks ugly. Nothing attractive about this fight. But on the other hand, what is attractive is that Shakur is able to get or earn the highest numbers to his check. I don't really sit up here and say, well, there's no way he should have did or made this move to get paid. Hey, from what I know, Shakur is taking care of a lot of people in his family. Yes. And I'm gonna tell you, sometimes you do have to make sacrifice for family. For real. I'm being totally honest. I know how Shakur Stevenson is feeling about the fans. But I'm being totally honest that I don't blame him for fighting for the money right now, because he haven't really made that big, I say 10 million, 15 million check. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't made that huge, heavy check. And he does support a lot of people. That's the one thing in respect that I give Shakur. He does support a lot of people. And boxing is absolutely a business. So let me go back to right here. He said, LOL, I'm fighting. He said, I'm not fighting for y'all no more. International Cure, active now, chasing greatness, said Shakur Stevenson on X, reacting to the criticism he receiving from fans over the news of him defending against Joe Cordina next in the undercard slot on October 12th. He said, unappreciative fans think they matter. No, not to me. Cry me a river. This is a business, and it's make as much money as you can in this business. Okay. Now, what did Shakur Stevenson say that was wrong? Seriously. What did he say that was wrong in a sense of this is a business and is make much money as you can in this business? He didn't say nothing wrong in that. But what I do believe, where he goes a bit off to the left, too far to the left, is basically jettison the importance of the consumers that pay to see you fight, Shakur. That's where you're going wrong. Also, you selectively have chosen to make voluntary appointments on X, responding to all these people who love giving you negative energy. You choose to attend those appointments. Nobody is forcing you to attend those appointments. You are selecting to choose these appointments and have a dialogue, an argument with people that you don't know. But what is disappointing in everything, Shakur, is that, man, you're a good dude, but you letting nobodies be somebody's in your boxing life, and they're not even paying you. You allowing individuals to have no influence on how many numbers that you have on your check. They have no influence on providing you any type of monetary stipend. They're not providing you any type of sponsorship. They're not included in any way, shape, or form in benefiting you in your career. But you allow yourself to be a part of their lives because you entertain them. You're not the only fighter that's in boxing that love entertaining negativity. But entertaining negativity on a regularity comes with a cost. And you've shown us what that cost is about by saying you don't care about the fans no more. And for me, it's not something you should say. You're not even out of your 20s yet. You're saying you don't care about the fans no more. How are you ever going to have that huge main event card, by yourself and another name, where you make all that money that you're looking for, saying that you don't give a damn about the fans? Why would you put yourself in that situation right now? How can you give up on the fans so easily? All because you have some unknown individuals that love antagonizing you because you make those appointments relevant. You make the appointments relevant, bro. Stop attending the appointments that's not mandatory. You making all these appointments mandatory, bro. Voluntary defenses for no reason. And now you're mad at the fans. And you're grouping all of us together and say, okay, y'all don't matter to me. I'm going to make the check. Yeah, that check stuff sounds real good. But you still have to include your fans. Let me get to the chat right quick before I continue with Mr. Stevens. You know, I always try to balance the scale of criticism, you know, evenly if I can. But, you know, I have to, you know, lean a little bit heavy on one side when it comes to you attending these appointments. You're making it mandatory for you to attend these appointments. And they don't need you. They're not demanding you be there. It's not a paid appearance. None of that. But with you attending these appointments, you're saying to yourself, oh, I provided myself the option to do this. Now I'm mad that I attended appointments because I read someone's appointment. Look, these individuals don't have access to you like that unless you allow them access, Shakur. You're allowing these unknown individuals access. You have came on the YTC having an argument with people that didn't respect you, just talking to you any kind of way. They couldn't get in the ring with you and last freaking 20 solid seconds. They'll be the ones that sitting up here criticizing you heavy, and they couldn't last you 20 seconds. But you'll get on here on the YTC and allow them to go round for round, verbal sparring with you, criticizing you on what you're not going to do with this fighter and that fighter, and you entertain the shit. With a hoodie on, Shakur. That's all I'm saying, brother. These dudes wouldn't even split the ropes and get in there and spar with you and last 20 seconds without taking a knee and doing the Colin Kaepernick. You got my hand up. Protest. I thought he was taking it easy. Protest. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn just to digress a bit, brother. You're still in your 20s and you're saying, F the fans, I'm going to do me. That's not that. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. That's not going to make you any more money. Saying, I'm not fighting for y'all no more. When were you fighting for us? Who influenced you to the point that had that much power over you to get you to say, no, it's over? Let me get to the chat right quick. Mr. International Toby Bartlett on deck. What's good, Toby? What's good with you, brother? Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. Salute to you. Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and more. Salute to you. The OG in the building. Conquest, salute. Pretty simple. Support him or not. The choice is yours. Boxing will continue to move forward, in my opinion. True words. True words. Yeah, they've been viewed as just on Tank's undercard. Shout out to Blue Hustle. What's good? Salute, Blue. Appreciate you pulling up. What up with you? If you try to sell your car, bet 5 of your friends will say no, thank you. I mean, who is really jumping up to fight Shakur? I can't stand that, but I'm not mad at the fight. At least it's a former world champ. I look, Blunts. I understand where you at with the former world champion. You have a valid point, right? You have a valid point. But that former world champ is coming off a stoppage. That's what I said earlier. Like, he's coming off a stoppage. That's the only thing where I'm at with it. Like, the former world champion is coming off a stoppage. So for me, I'm like, not only is he not at 135-pound division as he was campaigning as a world champion, he was in a lower division, was stopped. Now he's gonna move up and into a sanctioning body where he wasn't the champ in that sanctioning body. So he loses his title, and they give him the Spirit Airlines VIP first class over to the WBC, and he's sitting at 13 to fight Shakur Stevenson. Oh, it's just another black guy to boxing, bro. He's coming off a stoppage. If it was a SD, MD, UD, okay. But he's coming off a TKO, shawty. That's all I'm saying, Blunts. That's all I'm saying, bro. You do make a solid point. If you want to add the praising value to it, he was world champion, former world champion. But then again, who was looking for Joe Cordina, a.k.a. Joseph Cordina? You know, Joe should have been moved up. He was. He's fought at 140. He's fought at 140 before. He's fought at 130. So depending on how he's able to lose the weight and how he feels at that weight, he's fought at high as 140, super lightweight, and he's fought at junior lightweight before. His circle allowed his vision and approach. Allowed this vision and approach. Some people are mad that he's fighting two guys off of losses, but the undefeated fighters don't want to fight him. I wish it was a better opponent, though. I can feel you on that. Yeah, I can feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? Man, Joe was drained his last 3 fights. Joe was drained. So let's hold on for a second. So pretty much, Conquest, you're saying the Rakhimov, Vasquez, and Kakis, April 2023, November 2023, and April 2024. All 3 of those fights he was drained, and he had a gap between November to May to make that weight. He was the champion, bro. You know, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the champion. He had an obligation to vacate the belt or campaign as the champion. And he chose to campaign at the champion probably because of the checks that came along with it. So if he was going to be any type of weight drain, you have to understand that at the end of the day, he beat Vasquez, a majority decision, and he beat Rakhimov with a split decision. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up being stopped. So if he was weight drained, the gap that he had from November 2023 to May 2024, I don't know, man. That, like you said, the weight drain, he might have had a hard weight cut. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But I do understand that holding that title will probably most definitely get you a higher paycheck than anything else. So you know, Conquest, it is sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? It is sacrifice. But appreciate that info, though. I kind of want to see Shakur put some USA work on old Joey. I mean, Anthony Kakis already put that work in on him and stopped him. So work is work, right? I know they were looking to fight at 130, but Shakur missed weight and moved up. Now Joe was struggling to make 130 last time and had to move up. But it should be a good fight. I mean, there's no way Shakur was gonna make 130 for any fight. It ain't no way. And if you're talking about now, it'll make no sense for Shakur to even accommodate him for the money to move down to 130 and be absolutely weight drained and go in there and try to win. And Joe is one of the real ones I like too. I think it's as good as most of the other fights. Okay. The most other fights comparable to what division? Comparable to what division? Because Joe Cordina hasn't fought at 135 in a while. The last time he fought at 135, it was August 2021. He fought Joshua Hernandez. You know what I'm saying? That was the last time he fought at 135. He weighed in 134 pounds. Errol doing the same thing fighting Fundora. It happens. Champs get stopped and move up to fight champs. Well, see, let's just take a little gander at the comparison. Okay, if your analogy is going to be Errol Spence is doing the exact same thing, my criticism to that is more so his promoter. You're talking about a unified champ. Yes, he did come off a TKO, and he's getting a title shot. He's not the only one. We've seen Roller Romero do the same thing. I mean, all I'm saying is we're talking about Shakur Stevenson, right? We're talking about Shakur Stevenson, who's trying to make a bigger name for himself. It's not that you're not making a valid point. You know what I'm saying? You're making a valid point at the end of the day that there's been fighters that come off losses at lower divisions and then get immediate title shot. We've seen that play out big time. We've seen it play out. But in this case with Shakur Stevenson, it was so much talk about him fighting a bigger name. And then all of a sudden he gets Joe Cordina coming off an 8th round TKO stoppage. You know what I'm saying? Taking his first loss. And you're saying to yourself, what is the benefit to this? You know what I'm saying? What is the benefit as far as Shakur Stevenson? The benefit is he's getting a check. The opposite of that is no one was looking for him to fight a Joe Cordina. And is Joe Cordina, being the Conquest said he was weight drained the last 3 fights, is he going to have a hard weight cut? Is he going to be able to have a great weight cut for this fight this time around? Is he healthy? You know what I'm saying? Because that 3rd fight against Anthony Kakis, you know, might have did some damage if he was weight drained and he ended up getting stopped for the first time. You know, if he was weight drained for those 3 fights and on the 3rd fight he started going downhill bad with his energy level and everything, is he going to be good for 135? Because 135 might even be tough for him. Some of these fighters that's at lower weight classes, just because they move up, they've been fighting at that higher weight class on fight night anyway. They just, for the scales, they had to come in at the limit of the weight of the division that they was competing at. But yet on fight night, you know, they was fighting at the 135-pound division anyway. So if he was weight drained and he weighed about 138, 140 on fight night, give or take, right? And he still was weak. Hopefully he doesn't go in here and have a bad weight cut fighting Shakur in his backyard. You know? I just wasn't looking for no Joseph Cordina. But good points, great points made. You know what I'm saying? Great points made. Great points made. Hell yeah, he was drained, but he injured his hand and lost his title. So basically he felt he had to finish business at 130. I think that's why he stayed at 30. He was fresh off his marriage and some other like factors, no excuses. Joe hurt his hand before the fought Agawa. Then Agawa fight was like he's back. So he did a little run, but that hand injury F everything up. Okay, so y'all dropped me this information about hand injuries. Shakur got hand issues too. So now we got two fighters that has hand issues. So this might turn into a great fight. This might be straight up boxing. Both of them got hand issues. Real talk. Shakur hand issues ain't going nowhere. Joe was seen out running in Saudi in a sauna suit on fight week. So it was definitely a bad weight cut. But he said the money was real different as champ. Just when we seen it all with Errol Spence running up the hill in St. Mount Charles on Vegas, we get news that freaking Joe was out there in Saudi in a sauna suit. Unbelievable. The information that the hottest chat dropped, I did not know that. That's crazy. I saw the spiraling take place with his fights and injuries. Just throwing this out there, no debate on your topic. No, it's not a debate, bro. Listen, man, I'm not debating with none of y'all unless it's absolutely wrong. It's just conversation, man. Man, I ain't trying to be right about 100% of what's popping. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. I ain't sitting up here debating. I will do my research now. You know, don't feel no type of way about me researching some stuff I don't know. Who am I not to research something I don't know? If you tell me something, I'm going to do a little key tapping. The key tapping is free. You know what I'm saying? Telling you wrong when you're right, it's a cost to that. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's telling you in the chat something and they're right, but I ain't never heard that before, man. Come on, stop putting that cost. That come with a penalty because you ain't listening. You know, you ain't listening to people who's dropping you info. Joe said it was 2 or 3 shots he took after the ref said break that affected him. He was winning before that happened. That's cool. You know, it's good Joe has individuals out here that has confidence in him. But hearing what I'm hearing now about the weight cut he had, the hand issues, and I'm just saying in general about the title and why he stayed down there. If he was going to be weight drained, yeah, the money was going to be different with the title. So, like anything, it comes sacrifices. He made the sacrifice. Salute to him for the sacrifice. Real talk. But yeah. Shout out to Jessica in the building. I see you, Queen, on deck. Yeah, you gotta suck it up sometime. Shakur Stevenson, people criticize him for missing weight at 130, but he was trying to make that weight. That was going down. There ain't no cap in that. He was trying to make weight. And the weigh-ins was freaking late, started late because he was making weight. So he actually tried to, fulfill his duties as champion and make that weight from Conceição, and he couldn't do it. So he said, I'm not going to continue to drain myself, and then I go in there and I feel bad. And I got to struggle to beat Conceição. So I'm just going to drop the titles, go in there and get this dub, and move up. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But Shakur said the unappreciative fans think they matter. No, not to me. This is a business. It makes as much money. This is a business, and it's make as much money as you can in this business. Well, if it was that easy, everybody would pretty much take that route. But that's not exactly who it is, and I stand on what I'm saying. I wasn't looking forward to freaking Shakur Stevenson. I wasn't looking forward to seeing him fight no Joe Cordina. Even after what I'm hearing, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of stuff I looked up on Joe Cordina, I'm still not really hyped up for Cordina to move up in weight and face Shakur Stevenson. I'm still not hyped up about this. Like, I understand, like Blunt's made a good point about the ones who has the records really ain't trying to step up there and fight him. But I wouldn't say that's Tank. There's no way that I'm saying it's Tank. That's not like if Shakur Stevenson is gonna put in there, it's about business. But yet when it comes to the biggest name in the 135-pound division, all of a sudden it's not business. Just take the fight because it's no, because we all know that Tank has been making them dollar bills and he's making commas. Whereas Shakur, he might still have a little bit of decimal in there. He might have a comma and a decimal. You know what I'm saying? Well, Tank is having comma, comma. He sound like Future. He going to comma. Come on. You know what I mean? You know the song. Yeah. I'm just saying, y'all. At the end of the day, that's where I'm at with it. And it's not something that's gonna keep me up at night. But I wasn't looking for no Joe Cordina. But I will lighten up and I'm gonna go look. I was looking at the ADCC BJJ World Championships. You know what I'm saying? In the process of doing my lives, I've just been unbelievable championship. You know what I'm saying? Those of you that follow the ADCC and the World Championship. Anyway, and Craig Jones' invitation. Salute to Craig Jones. I was definitely checking that out too. I like the format of it. But to Shakur Stevenson, man, continue to work. I wouldn't give up on the fans because consumers is the ones that has to pay for that ticket or that big paycheck. You know, we're the ones have to select and say, okay, I want to support this guy. I want to buy the ticket to come see you. And then the promoters have to select, you know, what the prices are going for based off your entertainment value. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, Shakur. You can't just jettison the fans and say you don't need them and you're still early in your career. Yes, you have achieved 3 divisions. But you want to be able to achieve that 10 million, that 15 million. Because before you know it, take it from somebody who knows, Shakur, once you hit that 30 mark, things going to start to get different. Just look around you. Look around you at all the old guard that's on their way out. Canelos, the Crawford, the Spences, the Keith Thurmans. You know what I'm saying? When you hit that 30 mark, man, you know, people start looking at you. Are they qualified? Did we do this? I mean, you may still be able to get up out of here undefeated. But besides that, you want it to be a diamond. You want that appraising value to continue to increase. So, depending on how you go in here, people are going to expect you to go in here and show out against Joe Cordina for him coming off an 8-round TKO stoppage. And based off what they were saying in the chat, Joe Cordina, there's some people out here that believe in him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to the fight better than I was before I started this live. I'm gonna be honest with you. If there's some people out here that's rocking with him and saying, you know, this and that was going on, and Toby said he was in Saudi running in a summer suit, I'm saying to myself, okay, it's a lot more to the story. There's a lot more to this dude's story. But at the end of the day, my mood hearing this fight, I don't think the fans was all hyped up about it. But the good thing about it is that they can hit the playback in this live stream and find out some information that you wasn't privy to before it started. You know what I'm saying? The fact, you know, his last 3 fights, he was cutting weight. It was a tough weight cut. You know what I'm saying? And Saudi running in a suit. You know what I'm saying? Standing in the division as a champion to make those dollars. I mean, yeah, that's the little information that we don't know. And then also the hand issues. We know Shakur has hand issues. And then to hear that Cordina has hand issues. Salute to the chat for dropping the education. edu.com, goddammit. Much appreciated. But I shall return later on, man. Y'all continue to be educated scholars. Appreciate the education on the topic on Joe Cordina. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna try to, do a little bit more on Joe Cordina. It still gets me sleepy though because I'm just waiting for. I kind of always factor in Shakur and the way he felt about his loss at the Olympics and how he has the Nakatili, the Tokakonklari, the Edwin De Los Santos, and then his last opponent. I don't know. He's racked up some hash marks that people look at. They look at that hash marks and they say, he has a history of being very safe on some of these fights. We expect him to go in there and do what he's supposed to do. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. Lil Twins, just thought I'd share that since you said something about turning 30. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? When you become 30, everything changes, man. I know this is not about age and not to come over here and talk to you about some old nigga shit, but them years tick away different once you turn 30. All I'm doing is putting it out there. I figure it's better for me to tell you on a Tuesday than a Friday and fuck up your whole weekend. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. When you have that birthday and you celebrate your 30th birthday, all I'm saying is get real nice, get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a day you really don't want to remember. Because every day after 30 that's ticking away between 30 and 40, and things is going to change in your life. Real talk. Things are going to change. But I'm not being no hater. I'm not. I'm just putting it out there. I wish you nothing but the best when you turn 30. Have a hell of a birthday for those of you that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Then certain areas of your body that didn't pop and crack when you was doing little light chores, it's gonna start to talk to you. Shit, what the fuck was that? Give me the WD-40. Is that door? What did I hear that shit at? Damn, that's my motherfucking elbow. Damn, that's my knee. I wouldn't advise nobody to lube yourself down with WD-40. It's not made for freaking physical joints and all that. All I'm saying, who am I if I don't prepare you for the second half of your life? Hey, shout out to Fisty on the box in the building. What's good? Happy birthday, Blunts. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday, brother. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday. How old did you turn today? Are you 30? 31. 31 years old. Damn, you close to 40. All freaking ready. Before you know it, man, you're going to be in the same membership, dog. AARP. AALRP. Yeah. AARP. Come and join me. Sign your membership. Come on, Blunts. You're almost there, man. You're almost there. You get real solid benefits, brother. You get some goddamn senior discounts. You on your way there, bro. You on your way there, man. Salute to you. I look forward to you joining and becoming a member, man, so we can discuss some numbers on buying stuff online. You know what I'm saying? What percentage discount per, you know what I'm saying, the NASDAQ, per Wall Street. What percentage, is the pay increase gonna, happen for seniors? Man, but real talk, happy birthday to you, man. Don't worry about me. I'm just trying to prepare you for the other half of your future. You know what I'm saying? You're 31. Now you consider to be headed to that, you know what I'm saying? Well, you can't tell if it's the rocking chair squeaking or your kneecaps. Where you're on Amazon looking for knee sleeves, elbow sleeves, you know what I'm saying? You're on the stove heating up ointment cream so you can apply it to your body in a lukewarm, a warm state to soak into the muscles. I'm just giving you some game there, Blunts. I'm just giving you some blunt, some game. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm doing, brother. It's all innocent. But man, salute to you, brother. I hope you enjoy your birthday. 31 years of age. It was one point in time in my life that I did know what that felt like. Yeah, I do. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't have no negative thoughts in my 30s. Loved it. Loved it. Real talk. So, everybody wish Blunts a happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? And just think about it. And in several more years, we'll be calling Blunts OG status, goddammit, based off his age alone. What up, OG Blunts? Nigga, how old are you now? 49. God damn, nigga, you. Oh my. I remember when you was goddamn 30 on this bitch, dog. 40 fucking 9. Shit. I'm just having some fun, dog. That's all. Motherfuckers be too serious on here, dog. I'm just waiting for that senior living discount. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? That's all I'm trying to tell him. He has benefits in store for him, that conquest. That's all I'm trying to give him. That's all, man. I'm just trying to prepare you for something you can't stop. Nobody can stop time, brother. But it's good that you're living. You healthy. You know what I'm saying? Handle your business and everything. We trying to get where Bruce Gas is at. You feel me? We trying to get where he at, man. Serious. We trying to live to where Bruce Gas still goddamn out here punching, kicking. You know what I'm saying? Talking his shit. Oh, you got your AARP. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know how old you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I don't want to say the wrong thing, especially, you know what I'm saying, Fistiana. I say, you at a certain age, then I'm missing a subscriber and shit. I'm like, damn. Shit, I just guessed out loud. Man, hey, I'll be on a little later, man. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. Y'all hold it down. I'm out. Peace.